Welcome to more BallyDung Wrestling's Rocking New Year's Eve. This is the main event, and I am the holographic Rugged Rebel because I was loaded up because a lot of competitors are going to be in this Battle Royal, and this is a New Year's Eve Battle Royal, the main event. So, in a way, this is the last BallyDung match of the year 2014. And I think for ADS, unfortunately for him, he drew number one. Actually, wait a second. I'm reading here that ADS actually drew the final spot, but due to the deal that he made with GL, he gave that spot to GL. So GL, I guess, had drawn number one, and GL was promised a good spot. So ADS made that trade, and here comes Kia, and I guess people just saw Kia backstage meeting up with BDS and ADS, and Kia was accompanied by GL. They had a little meeting together. So Kia is in this Battle Royal matchup. I've heard 30 stars are in this matchup. So 30 BallyDung stars, except for the champion. BDS is not in this match because he won the BallyDung Championship, but Max Frost has been added to this matchup as a result of losing the BallyDung Championship. And of course, it's got to be tough for Max Frost to have lost the title. But speaking of matches, this match could go quite a long time because 30 stars, and with all that time that's gone down, I mean, this could be a very, very long matchup. So fans, stay tuned to hear. If commentary breaks off, we're going to try to stay with this matchup as long as possible. But, you know, everything that goes on here, it's Kia always sends ADS over the top rope early. So ADS's night ends very quickly as here comes Rage down to the ringside area. And ADS will probably pass by his bro and friend Rage. And I guess ADS's night is over, so he'll have to go to the back. But at least for ADS, he's the new light heavyweight champion, so he has at least that to look forward to. Kia, though, I think would love to win this over-the-top rope Battle Royal as he sends Rage out into the ropes. Rage losing the international title earlier in the night. Oh, a kick to the head, and there goes Rage out of the ring and out of this matchup. Rage complaining, but there's not much that can be done. He's eliminated from this match, and Kia now has 2 eliminations, so the field has thinned a little bit for Kia. I think Kia, being one of the 30 in this matchup, he's eliminated now 2, so 28 is the field now. 28 people, 28 other people, or 28 people could still win this. Kia being one of them, as here comes Darkness Rising, and you got to give DR credit for being in this too. I believe all of the talent has tried to get into this matchup because with 30 slots, and this being the last match of 2014, everybody wants to shine here. And I know that Rugged Rebel, Canaron, Rugged Rebel Leader, all 3 of them, I heard, are entered in this, and I heard the Ravisher got his name into this matchup as well. As now DR has Kia on the ropes. Kia might be in a little bit of trouble here as he tries to fight out of here, but Darkness Rising just he's got Kia in a little bit of trouble as Kia goes up and over. So see you later, Kia. His night is over as he'll head to the back after getting 2 eliminations. So I guess, and now here comes the Rugged Rebel. And Rugged Rebel not wasting any time to get down into the ring as he slides into the ring, and it'll be Rugged Rebel and Darkness Rising. Rugged Rebel with a float over a swinging neck breaker there to Darkness Rising, and now he tosses Darkness Rising into the ropes. Darkness Rising hanging onto that bottom rope, onto the ring apron, trying to do whatever he can to stay in this. But Rugged Rebel just chopping and hammering away. Rugged Rebel, I think, excited just to even get in a match tonight. As Rugged Rebel with a swinging neck breaker there to Darkness Rising, and now, a DDT. Darkness Rising busted open. And that's already happened a little bit tonight. People getting busted open, and Darkness Rising skinning the cat, getting right back into that ring. And looks like Demento is the next competitor as he makes his way down. Darkness Rising was distracted, and Darkness Rising knocked out of the ring by that big boot from the Rugged Rebel. So Rugged Rebel eliminates Darkness Rising, as now Demento gets in the ring, and Rugged Rebel and Demento going at it. Demento, he used to have rants on Stickum and Blog TV, but with those sites being shut down, not much's been heard from Demento lately. So I guess the Demento, and a DDT there by the Rugged Rebel to Demento. And Demento now sent into the corner, and the Rugged Rebel clotheslines Demento up and over. So 2 eliminations there by the Rugged Rebel, and Rugged Rebel is making the most of this opportunity that he's been presented here in this matchup. As now, I believe that is, I think that's one of the brothers of BallyDung, if I'm not mistaken, as Rugged Rebel is firing himself up, just waiting for somebody to get in that ring. And how could you not be just waiting for somebody to come down? I mean, with this kind of momentum, you don't want to lose that on any kind of and a kick to the gut, and a DDT there by the Rugged Rebel again, as now, I believe that is Raj, and up and over. Raj, see you later. He'll be going to the backstage area to the showers, and his night is over. The Rugged Rebel is making it very, very hard, I think, for some of these competitors as they get eliminated one after one, and the Rugged Rebel's kind of like this scenario, being alone in the ring, not having to watch your back for a while because there's nobody behind you. Just gotta look forward down that rampway as here comes Dark Leader, the leader of the Disciples of Darkness. But I've heard the Disciples of Darkness have somewhat branched off and broken away. I guess there were certain allegiances that happened in the Disciples of Darkness that have caused a little bit of a rift. But Dark Leader, of course, has been successful with leading that, and Rugged Rebel taking down Dark Leader. And these two have had a feud in the past over Yanta, and Rugged Rebel must be remembering all of the hell that he went through with Dark Leader. And of course, he lost a matchup and apparently became one of the druids of Dark Leader, and he was basically under Dark Leader's spell. But that led to the whole XD thing, apparently, from my data banks. So I guess Britt was dressed up as the druid when Rugged Rebel, I guess, finally broke the spell and got free, or some kind of thing happened where Rugged Rebel was able to, and then kick to the gut and a DDT, and now Dark Leader is busted open as Gluttony slowly is making his way to the ringside area, but I don't know if he'll make it in time to help. And Dark Leader goes up and over, and Gluttony is now just getting onto the ring apron. The Rugged Rebel has eliminated Dark Leader, so Dark Leader's night has come to a close, as now the Rugged Rebel, that crescent kick, super kick maneuver, getting Gluttony out. So the Rugged Rebel once again clears the ring of anybody in this matchup. And really good odds now. The Rugged Rebel came in quite early, but he's really making a good showing for himself in this match, as now we await who the next competitor will be in this matchup, as the Rugged Rebel still awaits too. He's been having quite the night, and that little box got messed up there, a little bit of a transparent error, as here comes the Ravisher. And of course the Ravisher, a somewhat look-alike of Rugged Rebel, but the Ravisher was given that name by Dominatrix and Taskmistress, as they decided to change his whole image because of all the losses that Ravishing had. They decided to call him the Ravisher from now on, but Rugged Rebel taking it to the Ravisher here, and the Ravisher now fighting back. Rugged Rebel was doing all that he could, but the Ravisher showing a little bit of skill here, and Rugged Rebel reversing that hold on the Ravisher and takes it right to the arm. And the Rugged Rebel, I think, would love to get another elimination in this matchup, but the Ravisher, oh, he's busted open the Ravisher now. I think he's gonna have to get him up against the ropes or and the Ravisher skins the cat as Rugged Rebel leader comes down to the ringside area. So, and Rugged Rebel now, he's set up in the corner. Rugged Rebel trying to hang on, but the Ravisher trying to get the elimination. Rugged Rebel trying to, up and over the Ravisher. Gets the Rugged Rebel up and over. Rugged Rebel can't believe it. His night is over. So he is out of this matchup, but he's done some damage, I think, to the Ravisher. Will that be enough, as Rugged Rebel leader is trying to get the Ravisher up and over? But no, the Ravisher was able to get free, but the Ravisher showing some signs of wear and tear in this matchup, and now an arm drag takedown there by Rugged Rebel leader. And you gotta wonder who's next in this, and Rugged Rebel leader backs the Ravisher into the corner as Max Frost is making his way down to the ringside area, but Ravisher almost up and over, and again he skins the cat and gets free, as Max Frost now going right at Rugged Rebel leader. Max Frost, I think, trying to strike at anything and everything that moves. And of course, Max Frost was not too happy about losing the championship earlier tonight, as now Rugged Rebel leader clotheslines the Ravisher up and over. Thanks for coming, Ravisher, but he is out of this matchup. And now Rugged Rebel leader trying to get Max Frost out of this matchup, as that timer ticks down 3, 2, 1, 0, and another competitor is going to make his way down to and Max Frost up and over. Max Frost is out of this matchup. Max Frost can't believe it. He's not happy as ADJ gets in this matchup, but Max Frost had a good showing, but I guess with defending the title tonight and coming up short, and then having this match on top of that, is just a tall order to want anybody to go through 2 matches in one night, as ADJ takes down Rugged Rebel leader, and Rugged Rebel leader now with that arm trying to take out ADJ, trying to get ADJ out of this matchup. But Rugged Rebel leader, you got to give him credit. He has had a good showing thus far in this matchup, as now here comes the Muffin Man. And we saw Muffin Man earlier deliver a tray of muffins to Big Ben and RD. And I guess they might have enjoyed that, as the Hate City Rockers, I guess, getting into the holiday spirit, a little bit of things. And ADJ looks like he might be in a little bit of a predicament here, but Rugged Rebel leader just trying to, trying to store up his energy. But Muffin Man taking it right to Rugged Rebel leader, and now Muffin Man tries to use his leg strength to try to get rid of the Rugged Rebel Leader, but Rugged Rebel Leader continuing to hold on to that rope with all he's got, and I guess almost over, but not yet, as now ADJ and Muffin Man working together. You know, I don't think you'd see this normally, so we might see some odd teams, but pairing up with somebody and Rugged Rebel Leader, his night is over. So he has been eliminated from this matchup. Kind of an early exit there, but nonetheless, he is out of this matchup, and I guess Rugged Rebel Leader will now make his way to the backstage area. I don't think the corporation will be too happy about that, but there's not much that can be done as Big Ben makes his way to the ring. And now a belly-to-belly suplex on the Muffin Man. Big Ben just trying to make sure that he's trying to, I think, take out the freshest competitor. And no pun intended in the Muffin Man. But Big Ben just fired up. He's had a good 2014. He won the YouTube World Championship in 2014. And he's trying, I think, to win this this New Year's Eve Battle Royal. But so many competitors. It's like a new competitor almost every few minutes. As here comes the one down to the ringside area. And the one in ADJ, they've had some differences of their own throughout the year. Brutal Impact had some tension going on as now ADJ trying to eliminate the Muffin Man, but he can't quite do it, as now Big Ben is trying to hold on to the ropes and a kick to the head by Muffin Man. So Big Ben, thanks for coming. He has been eliminated from this matchup now as well. And Muffin Man with an arm drag takedown there to the one. The one, he's basically had a good 2014 with winning that NCW championship back, that the one is considered his for quite a while. And now the one trying to get rid of the Muffin Man. He's got Muffin Man teetering on the ropes. Muffin Man trying to hang on with all he's got. But he goes up and over. He is done. And now the RD comes down to the ringside area. I haven't been keeping track, though, of how many stars have been in this matchup. I know it's probably on the hard drive somewhere, but this matchup is just so fast-paced that my computer programming has a tough time keeping track of everything that goes on in the matchup, but it's so fast-paced, so much goes on, as now the RD is teetering on the ropes. The one, no, RD fights out of it. The one tried to get the elimination there, and RD with a judo throw there to the one. As now that timer ticks down again, and we're going to get another competitor in the next few seconds into this matchup, as that timer ticks down, as here comes Podge of the Brothers of BallyDung. We saw Raj already earlier. He had a bit of a rough outing, getting eliminated, and now I think Podge is going to try to keep up the family name, as the one tried to back Podge into that into the corner, as the RD has ADJ. I think he's got ADJ up on the ropes, and Podge is having trouble trying to stay in this matchup as well. As the one and RD, they could be eliminating their respective competitor in a drop kick. And I think ADJ went over, and right after Podge went over. So the one and RD are alone in the ring together. And here comes John Cena. So Cena getting involved in this matchup as well. But he's taking a spot, I think, of somebody that really would have wanted that spot. But John Cena making a showing in this matchup. The one showing off his expertise there, as Cena is now slugging away, hammering away on any and everybody. And now it looks like he's got both RD and the One in the corner, but the One, maybe he'll try to get a little, as a clothesline, and there goes John Cena. Thanks for coming. John Cena's night is over, and you don't hear that too often, as the One now tosses RD over, so RD eliminated the One, clearing the ringside area, as John Cena and RD will both head to the backstage area, as here comes Triple H, and the One now sending Triple H into the ropes, as the One is now trying to get rid of Triple H. Will he get rid of Hunter Hearst Helmsley here tonight, as he's got him on the ropes, struggling to try to stay in this? The One, can he clear the ring? And he clears the ring again. So the One left alone in the ring yet again. So he's cleared the ring now twice in this matchup, as now that timer continues to tick down, and the One is maybe waiting for the next victim of sorts to come down to the ringside area, and there is the Mad Professor. The Mad Professor, the new international champion of BallyDung Wrestling, and to be involved in a matchup quite like this, I think, will be an honor for the Mad Professor to even be able to compete in this matchup, as well as competing earlier for the International Championship. And the Mad Professor, he's had a good 2014. I gotta say, from what I've read, he had a good title run in 2014, and we'll just have to see how he caps off the end of this year in this over the top rope battle royal. We've already seen many of the competitors already eliminated, and I think we're getting almost down to the the clothesline up and over. I'd say we're almost, I think, getting to the end of the list of competitors, as now the Riddler comes down to the ringside area, as Britt is in the ring alone. The Mad Professor now, he's going for the hero slam on the Riddler, and Riddler slow to react now, I think, from that maneuver, as Riddler is now on the ropes, as a shoulder tackle sends the Riddler to the back. So I think all members of Brutal Impact have now been eliminated in this matchup, as now the Riddler headed to the back. He tried to argue his case, but he was eliminated, and now that timer ticks down to the next person who will try to challenge the Mad Professor, as here comes the Gambler. And Gambler, he's had an okay 2014. The Mad Professor, though, just waiting, flexing, and trying to stay loose in this matchup. And I think that's all you can really hope to do, is to stay loose, stay focused in a matchup like this, as now the Mad Professor with the hero slam there to the Gambler. And Gambler is in some trouble, I think, now, just to start off this, and now punches the Mad Professor, but the Mad Professor with a drop kick now to the Gambler. The Mad Professor, though, he's not taking any chances in this kind of a matchup, as Gambler is on the ropes, and the Mad Professor picks up the Gambler and tosses the Gambler up and over. The Mad Professor trying to eliminate he's trying to eliminate people as quick as possible, and try to eliminate as many people as he can, as here comes Kempo Kitty. And Kempo Kitty, of course, a member, he's had kind of an identity crisis as of late. He's been the Kempo Kitty, and he's been Kempo Kid. But I guess for this match tonight, I guess he wants to be Kempo Kitty, as now the Mad Professor with a hero slam to Kempo Kitty. And will Kempo be able to survive this? I don't know. It's Kempo now sent into the corner, and now the Mad Professor, with a big boot, and Kempo Kitty's night is over. He has been eliminated as the Mad Professor, celebrating yet another elimination in this matchup. The Mad Professor doing very, very good for himself, as here comes Destroyer. And the Mad Professor, I guess, staying focused on his goal. And he came in at a very somewhat late number. And he's made the most of that opportunity thus far. But the Mad Professor, I mean, he's just turning it on. And he does that every time he's in a match. There have been so many matches that the Mad Professor's been in that you think, oh, he can't take much more. But somehow, someway, the Mad Professor, oh, he goes into that different zone sometimes when the odds are most against him. And he's eliminated Destroyer now. Destroyer, not too happy, but he limps to the backstage area. I think when he got eliminated, he might have landed wrong on that foot, as here comes Monty, the friendly, deadly anti-beast. And Monty and the Mad Professor, they've had meetings in the past, of course. Monty, the friendly, deadly anti-beast, defeated the Mad Professor, I think, well over maybe a year or two ago for the BallyDung Championship, but the Mad Professor was able to regain the championship. And the Mad Professor, you got to give him credit. If he wasn't one of the best stars in BallyDung Wrestling, he wouldn't have had the longest title reign in BallyDung history. Oh, and there, Monty the Friendly Deadly Anti-Beast, thanks for coming. The Mad Professor gets yet another elimination. I was going to say on that thought, the Mad Professor, I believe, is the longest reigning champion, or the longest reigning BallyDung champion, and the second longest reigning champion is Max Frost, and those two, they've had some issues. They've had a rivalry that has brewed, as now we get down. Another competitor is going to come down to the ringside area. It is Courtney Kate, the tag team partner and associate of terrible Terry Tate at Felcher and Sons. So Courtney Kate slowly making his way down to the ring. Courtney Kate is a huge individual. He and terrible Terry Tate do a lot of weightlifting, as Courtney Kate is going to get into the ring. And now the Mad Professor with a hero slam to this this muscular individual, Courtney Kate. And of course, Courtney Kate was sent away to do the Ireland business in Felcher and Sons. And oh, over the top rope. Thanks for coming, Courtney Kate. His night is over. He is complaining about it, but he's got to go to the backstage area. The Mad Professor getting yet another elimination, as the Mad Professor continues to stand in the ring alone and flexing, just trying to do whatever he can, as here comes Eliminator. And Eliminator and the Mad Professor, they've had a few run-ins in the past, but Eliminator has somewhat changed. He was, I think, bigger, a bigger version of the Mad Professor. He has also been played by the Two and also Pneumatron. So Eliminator making his way down to the ringside area. I guess he's just going to be Eliminator tonight, as the Mad Professor now he's going for the hero slam on Eliminator. He gets it. And will the Mad Professor be able to eliminate, no pun intended, Eliminator? As now the Eliminator's in the corner, and the Mad Professor knocks him, clotheslines him out of the ring. So Eliminator, his night is over as well. The Mad Professor making the best of the opportunity that's been presented to him. And now I guess the time is ticking down yet again. And we're still awaiting GL. I think that GL got a pretty good number, though, as Kami Kaminari makes his way down to the ringside area. As the Mad Professor, he is awaiting Kami Kaminari. And Kami Kaminari and the Mad Professor, they had a rivalry for quite a while in BallyDung Wrestling. Of course, Kami Kaminari's BallyDung Championship run was ended by the Mad Professor. I should say his reign was ended by the Mad Professor a few years ago as the Mad Professor hits the Hero Slam on Kami Kaminari. And Kami Kaminari, he's in a little bit of trouble in the early stages. He's holding on to that bottom ring rope as the Mad Professor now eliminates Kami Kaminari. And Kaminari can't believe it, but his night is over as well. The Mad Professor is just waiting for the next competitor to come down as that time ticks down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I think that is the final competitor. GL is making his way, I think, to the ringside area. Is that GL? Yes, it is. GL making his way down to the ringside area. And we are down now to the final 2 competitors in this New Year's Eve Battle Royal. The Mad Professor's perched on that top rope and GL tosses him down. And now GL, leg drop there to the Mad Professor. GL is just the freshest competitor in this matchup as he stomps away on the Mad Professor. But the Mad Professor, he's going through a lot. He's eliminated so many competitors as now these two have a stare down. It comes down to the heel legend GL and the Mad Professor. One of these 2 men is going to win the New Year's Eve Battle Royal and get that trophy for BallyDung Wrestling for the year 2014. And GL, the Mad Professor is being set up. I think he's going to get a receipt. And he gets, hit with that devastating maneuver, and GL just picks him up, and another receipt. If one wasn't bad enough, the second one might not be so great either. And again, the Mad Professor picked up, and GL is going to go for it a third time. All the humanity. And the Mad Professor, how is he going to, if he had trouble surviving the first one, the second one, and then a third one by GL. GL is not taking any chances with the Mad Professor. The Mad Professor now, I think he's starting to shift it into that other gear that he has had so many times. The Mad Professor, when he's at his lowest, he sometimes shifts into that other gear, but the Mad Professor, you can tell, he's worn down, and he's holding that arm of his. I hope he doesn't have any kind of a serious injury. But the Mad Professor with an elbow drop off the top rope, and now he's going to go for it again. But he's caught in midair, and now GL, with the GTS to the Mad Professor. The Mad Professor was getting his second wind, it seemed, there. But now GL will be the one, I think, showing some aggression here in this matchup. The Mad Professor, I think he's got to try to do whatever he can to avoid that corner. The corners of the ring, and the GL now sent into the corner, and the Mad Professor with a big boot, and GL up and over the top rope. GL has been eliminated, and can you believe it? The Mad Professor perseveres and overcomes this just like he has so many times in BallyDung Wrestling. He wins the New Year's Eve Battle Royal. Congratulations to the Mad Professor on this huge, epic victory. Congratulations, Britt, on winning the New Year's Eve Battle Royal. And he